I haven't been up to Boys Sport. I got to get up there. Glenn Crooks, Vice Chair of the Shakopee, Minnetonka. I want to see you sign that. Let's try it again. Metawankinton Sioux. Metawankinton Sioux. I'm so happy to be on the Indian Affairs Committee. There's so much work that has to be done. I'm going to tell a story, and this takes a minute, but I went up to Red Lake for my first powwow last summer, and I hadn't been to one. So I got a briefing from a member of my staff, Peggy Flanagan. Many of you know her. And we've, louder? Okay, here you go. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about going up to Red Lake. Well, this is a good story. Anyway, so Peggy Flanagan, whose father's at White Earth and she's Ojibwe, she briefs me for this powwow. And we talk about all the different kinds of tough things up there on education and healthcare and jobs, etc. But then she tells me, don't dance. Don't dance. And I said, what do you mean don't dance? So don't dance at the powwow. Governor Plenty danced a few years ago and they haven't stopped making fun of him. So, okay, I won't dance then. I guess I won't dance. And then she said, oh, and they're going to expect you to be funny. I said, well, wait a minute, I was going to talk about all this legacy of cultural trauma and all that stuff. Yeah, but be funny. Anyway, so I go up there, and it's my first powwow, and of course, leading the powwow are the veterans. American Indians have the highest percentage as a group that serve in our armed forces. And they honor their warriors. And they're doing, and the drums are going, and they're dancing around in the circle. And I'm standing on the side, and the guy kind of comes up to me and says, come on in and dance. And I said, well, maybe I'll dance, a little later. He said, we'll respect you more if you dance. I said, well, okay, I'll dance later. So now I get a chance to speak. And I start talking about some of the problems that are there. And then I remember Peggy said, you got to be funny. So I said something about our deal was supposed to be that we were supposed to fully fund Indian education and Indian health, and we don't. And I figure if we break our side of the deal, I guess the only thing we can do is just, give you all your land back. And they thought that was hilarious. And then I talked about Indian education, but I said that white people need education too. The rest of Americans need education too. We need to know that Native peoples are contemporary people who like to celebrate their culture like you're doing, but like every other group in America does. For example, I'm Jewish. Dead silence. So I said, let's try that again, shall we? And they laughed, and I said, I'm Jewish. And they started just cheering, and yeah, I'm Jewish, yeah. So I said, I've been asked to dance, and I will, but I want to make it, you got to make a deal first. You got to make a deal. And here's the deal. You got to agree not to make fun of me after I leave.
Here you go, boy.
And I said, who here agrees? And about two-thirds of them agreed and applauded. And I said, that's not good enough. You all have to agree. And everybody applauded. And I said, anybody who doesn't agree? Anybody? No. Okay, good. Okay, well then I'll dance. Which was a stupid thing to say because then the drummer started. And now suddenly I was dancing alone. Now I've been kind of watching the step, but it's like it's not a Jewish step. But I start going around, you know, counterclockwise if you're looking from above, and I'm dancing alone. And I get about a quarter away around the circle, and a 4-year-old girl takes pity on me and comes out and takes my hand and dances with me, and then the other kids come out one after another dancing with me, and then everybody joins. And I became a dancing fool. And I danced 4 dances in a row, and at a certain point, a woman sidles up to me dancing, and she says, "You dance like a white guy." And I say, "Wait a minute, what about the deal?" And she says, "That was after you leave." This is such an honor. I thank you so much.
We thank you.
Thanks for hanging in there. You know Franny, and you know how much I love Franny, and you know how very often I say Franny and I are partners in everything. But I have to say that you're my partners. You've been there. You're my partners. Thank you. There is so much to do. There's so much to do. I will do my best. I will work my heart out while taking good care of myself. And while Franny takes good care of me. There is health care for everyone.